Welcome back to Marcus at Work Media. So all this fuss about Drake and his stans going on a rampage, talking about how they beat and broke Michael Jackson's record and he's the GOAT and this proves it. Bullshit. Flat out bullshit. This is why Drake supposedly breaking MJ's record absolutely means nothing. Not a damn thing.
I've had enough of Drake and his delusional fan base thinking he's better than Michael Jackson, more popular than Michael Jackson, more talented than Michael Jackson. Sit y'all dusty asses down. That little record that he broke didn't really break it because Michael Jackson had 13 solo singles. Drake had 6 solos. The rest he had to run to Atlanta, run to anybody that would give him some motherfucking clout. So sit y'all motherfucking ass down. And then y'all sitting around bragging, oh, he got the #1 album. 13,000 pure sales. You released 3 albums and you only was able to squeeze 13,000 pure sales out of your audience. Michael Jackson did that shit while he took a piss. And that was during the time where people left their home to buy physical copies, not downloading 13,000 over and over again like your fan base did. But I get that they're delusional because you have to be when you're sleeping with your computer and your iPhone replaying your songs over and over again just so you can get on social media and brag that Drake got the #1 album. Well, he got it because you motherfuckers are delusional. You motherfuckers don't go outside. You motherfuckers think he's your best friend. So you're sleeping all day with your music playing him. So no, you ain't outdid shit. PYT alone shits on all your mediocre ass, stolen ass, ghost written ass music. Getting tired of you and your weird ass fans trying to erase 40 years of global hysteria legacy with an Apple Music screenshot. Fuck off.
Out of all them goddamn streams, 13,000 pure sales, something is wrong with that. Something is definitely wrong with that. You the superstar, right? You got all this impact, you tour around the world, even though you still can't sell out fucking stadiums, but I mean, all these accolades your stands is giving you, you the biggest thing moving. But 13,000 physical sales? That includes vinyl. Dot sold more vinyl than that. Something wrong with that, man. Then you get on your high horse, you're talking about this and that, and you carrying the game, and it's so tiring. Like you the only one doing stuff around here, and what would the game be without me? And then get on the track talking about woe is me, they all against me. Why you think they against you, dawg? You ain't got nothing to do with that. Nothing. You don't have no idea why motherfuckers hate what you doing. Come on, man.
Here's what people don't understand about Drake and why his 3 albums are completely irrelevant. All right, so most people don't know where the beef between Drake and Kendrick actually started. This is where I'm starting because that was the nail in the coffin. This is the entire reason for the divide between Drake fans and actual hip hop fans. Right, so now this didn't start the beef, but I want to start the conversation at that Control record, right? Where Kendrick was on the record with Big Sean and some other artists, and he listed a bunch of artists. He said, hey, I got love for you niggas, but I want to murder you niggas. Make sure your core fans never heard of you niggas. Make sure they never want to hear another noun or verb from you niggas, right? That's what he said, right? Heard that, I felt that, I respected that. He listed maybe at least 5, 7, maybe 10 other artists, right, that he was addressing with that bar, right? The only one, and these are all prominent rappers with successful careers, Wale, Big Crit, Big Sean, who was on the record, basically. Everybody who is somebody. J. Cole was mentioned. Drake was the only one that caught feelings. He was the only one that caught feelings. And now this is the pivotal point. This is where a hip hop head and a Drake fan is going to split, right? Because first off, as a hip hop head, you need to know that fact. This wasn't any new information for you yet. So he caught feelings and he was public about his feelings. He's like, hey, don't diss me on a track and then try to shake my hand the next day. He said that on Power 105 with Angie Martinez. And there's no feelings in hip hop. This is sparring. The culture of hip hop, the culture of even battle rap is lyrical sparring. Right? This isn't personal. Every other rapper that he mentioned understood what that was. As a rapper who is competitive, you're supposed to believe and aspire to be the best rapper. Everybody knows that. So by him catching feelings, he exposed himself as something other than the culture. That's where it started, right? Then we go down the timeline. The thing happened with the Big Three and all of that stuff. That's not even really, that's just what triggered the entertainment, the performance that we all witnessed. And we witnessed a murder. Let me be clear about that. We witnessed a complete destruction of a person's not only career, but their character. Now, if that doesn't matter to you, listen to Iceman or whatever the album's called. Go ahead and listen to it. But when everything that transpired for me as a fan of hip hop, I believed Kendrick. I believe that he accomplished his goal of making sure people that were fans, because I did like Drake's music, never wanted to hear another noun or verb from him. I have no desire to even listen to the album. And that is why we see so many viral videos going around right now about people that either love or hate Drake. They're listening to 2 or 3 seconds of a song and making an opinion. I think that is hilariously true because this is such a divisive, a polarizing topic because it's deeper than music. So when you say to me that you're a Drake fan, I don't give a damn about hip hop. I don't give a damn about the culture. And I've never actually had a conversation with an actual black person that's doing that. It's always somebody from that you would expect to be out of the culture. So I want to say that Drake is a pop star. He's going to do numbers. Fine. He has a successful record label. He makes good music. The problem isn't that he's not a good artist. The problem isn't that he can't make bops. I've listened to thousands of Drake songs without a problem. The problem is he's a pop star, not a hip hop star. We allowed him into the culture. What he didn't realize, and what a lot of people don't realize, is that he was a guest in the culture. Everybody knows he was on Degrassi. Everybody knows how he got his start. Everybody knows he didn't start from the bottom, now we're here. But we liked his music anyway. That's the part that people miss, that he was getting a pass. He was a guest in the house of hip hop. Now, he thought that, good music or popular music was enough to come at an actual lyricist, an actual poet, Kendrick Lamar. And he was wrong. He was absolutely wrong. Kendrick Lamar set this motherfucker on fire. Grammys, Super Bowl, I'm in California, turned LA up to the max, turned Canada up to the max. And you think I give a fuck if he dropped 3 albums? I don't give a damn. He's a pop star. Go ahead, drop as many albums as you want. Hit as many Spotify streaming records as you want. I don't care. Because I'm not a fan of Drake more than I'm a fan of hip hop and more than I'm a fan of the culture. We are pro-black over here, and that is the foundation of the music that we listen to. It's a connection. It's spiritual. Once you break that spiritual bond, it's over. And if you never had it, you don't know what I'm talking about. So I don't expect you to understand.
And another thing, your streaming fake inflated numbers is not impact. Let's not get it confused. See, you're confusing the two. They are not the same. MJ had both numbers with physical sales, tour sales, merch sales, and the actual cultural impact. What you got? Just a bunch of fluff ass numbers that all of these lawsuits have been claiming and artists have been claiming for years is rigged. But you're not only getting the numbers, that's not even the problem. The fact that you're using that to anchor a narrative to attack people that actually had to work for the numbers outside of streaming. It ain't the same, dog. And Drake's fans don't get this because they not hip-hop fans. They not. Now, if it's not bad enough that Drake is victimizing himself, he got his stands on here reinforce the narrative that people are unfairly, unnecessarily just hating on a boy for no reason. He didn't have anything to do with it. They just hating just to hating, and it's just what they do. It has no merit. In reality, they just woke up one day and decided they gonna hate on the boy for being so great.
So it finally happened. Drake officially breaks Michael Jackson's record for the most #1 singles by a male solo artist on the Billboard Hot 100. Now, I'm gonna be real. A lot of y'all asses been hating on Drake for no reason. Drake is in this weird place in his career where it's like you either a diehard Drake fan like me, just been rocking with him through thick and thin, or like I feel like Drake been popular so long and Drake been considered the best artist for so long. Drake been breaking so many records for damn near 20 years now that people kind of like was looking for a reason to turn on Drake. Even with the Kendrick Lamar shit, like ain't nobody listen to fucking. I don't listen to Kendrick Lamar. I never have. But back on topic. I feel like anytime this man right here, and I'm a Michael Jackson fan. I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. I like Michael Jackson better than I like Drake, to be honest. But I feel like anytime Drake does anything positive, everybody look for something negative. Oh, well, Drake did this. Well, Drake did that. Like, I feel like people are in a place where they're like, how can I put it? I feel like the people, they don't understand why his music is #1. It's because y'all all listening to him. Everybody that say they don't listen to Drake, somebody listening to this nigga. This nigga can't be the #1, have the #1 album, 3 #1 albums, all released at the same time. I mean, 1, 2, 3, you know, all in sync order or whatnot. Like, I just feel like people just be dry hating. People just like don't want to see change. That's the thing. Like, Michael Jackson is the greatest artist of all time. He will always be the greatest artist of all time. There would never be another artist to be Michael Jackson. But records are meant to be broken. And I'm proud of Drake for breaking this record. Like, I'm glad, first of all, a black man broke the record. I'm glad that we got something because I feel like a lot of, not to be, you know, racist or anything, but I feel like a lot of non-colored artists has been breaking a lot of Michael Jackson's record over the years. But Drake did it. So let's give respect to Drake. You know what I'm saying? Drake is a very consistent artist. He's not a shitty. I can see if Drake was a shitty artist. I can see if Drake was just an artist that just was like, who the fuck is this dude? But it's fucking Drake. And I just been seeing a lot of people just been like, well, you know, Michael Jackson didn't have the internet, or, you know, Drake had social media, or Drake had the internet when he did it. And I hate hypotheticals. I hate conversations that like we can never really match the two. So you mean to tell me, because look at other celebrities, right? Every celebrity that was in the pre-internet era did what they did without the fucking internet because they didn't have it. If artists is like Drake, if artists is like Taylor Swift, if artists is like Chris Brown, if artists is like Justin Bieber existed in Michael Jackson's time, they wouldn't be Michael Jackson. I'm not saying that. But they would still do numbers because the only reason why people are making these artists popular is because they can on social media. If we just killed the internet right now, people would go buy Drake's album at Radio Shack. People would go support Drake at Walmart. People would go support Drake's album at Target. So I hate when people use, well, Michael Jackson didn't have social media and he did it all without social media, because he fucking didn't have it. If Michael Jackson had social media, he would probably be who he is, probably projected that. Well, he'd probably be the same, honestly, God, true, because I remember when the black or white, I don't remember because obviously I wasn't there, but the black or white music video premiered on Fox and it debuted at 500 million views. TV, like MTV, like that was considered social media back then. Like playing your, like the BETs on the 106 in Parks was basically considered social media to a certain degree. Now, Michael would be like, I would think Michael would have astronomical numbers with a social media boost, but we don't know what Drake would have in the 80s. We don't know what Chris Brown would have in the 80s. We don't know what those artists would have in the 80s, because I feel like there are artists like El DeBarge, in my opinion, no disrespect to him. He ain't fucking Drake. Bobby Brown. He ain't fucking Drake. A lot of people like Prince. Prince ain't Drake. Prince ain't Chris Brown. We can argue with that in the comment section. But at the end of the day, like, it's a lot of artists that, like, look what they did without social media as well. So I feel like there are lesser artists that did a lot back then. Not saying Michael Jackson, but there's a lot of lesser artists that did a lot back in those days, you know, without social media. And is it because social media just simply fucking didn't exist? Or is it just that people was forced to leave their homes back in the day and actually support musicians and actually buy physical copies of albums back in those days? Like, think about that. I just feel like people were supporting artists because they had to. People don't go out and buy albums because they don't fucking have to. Here's the thing. I'm 31 years old. Did I buy Drake's album? Yeah, I got the physical copy of his album. But did I have to do that? No, I don't have to do that. I have an Apple Music subscription. I don't fucking have to leave my couch. I don't. So why would I? Just to prove a point to a bunch of nostalgic fans talking about Michael Jackson didn't have the fucking internet. That's just my piece on that. I am a Michael Jackson fan, but I'm non-biased. I'm not a stan by any means. I'm not a stan of this nigga. I'm not a stan of Drake. I'm just a fucking realist. A lot of people hate the truth. You know, I'm saying shit that that's on a lot of people's minds that is afraid to say that shit. I'm just being real.
So what do you guys make of this? Are you tired of the MJ comparison? Are you tired of him going around disrespecting legends in the game? You tell me. Put your comments below. Let's talk about it. This is Marcus at Work Media, and I'm out this bitch.